Alright, so I'm gonna go undercover, and I'm gonna pretend that I'm a brand new motorcycle rider with zero experience. I'm not even a rider yet. I know nothing. Never driven a motorcycle, a dirt bike, never driven even a fast car. And I'm gonna go to a bunch of different dealerships and see, one, see how the salesmen treat me, but two, see if they're gonna talk me out of buying a motorcycle that's definitely gonna kill me. But first, I'm gonna need a disguise. Alright, so one of the problems might be the fact that someone might recognize me, even with my my costume. Hopefully not. If I have to, I could go to wearing a mask. Hey, so this video is brought to you guys by Rockform. If you guys ride motorcycle, looking to get a motorcycle, and you need some way to mount your phone onto your bike, Rockform is one of the best motorcycle phone mounts I've ever used. I've tried tons of different ones. A lot of them are kind of sketchy, or they're just way too cumbersome, and they squeeze the buttons. The cool thing about Rockform is you actually you buy a phone case, and it clips right into the mount. Put it on tons of different bikes. Go check out their website, rockform.com, and use promo code SRKCycles25 for 25% off your next purchase. All right, let's do this. Now, this is actually a really cool place we're walking into. This is one of the only Harley-Davidson dealerships that has other import franchises in the same building. And when I asked them about it, maybe like, I don't know, a decade ago, they told me because it was all grandfathered in. You can't do this anymore. They've got Harley Davidson, they got Honda, I think they got a couple other ones. Let's go check this place out.
Hey, how we doing today?
What's happening? This place is cool looking.
Thanks, sir.
I'm looking first motorcycle.
Yeah.
Never rode anything. But I was looking at like the Hayabusa or the like, I don't know if you have like a GSXR 1000 or an MT10 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an MT10, I got a Busa, and I do have a Gixxer. It's kind of a crappy first motorcycle.
Really?
Yeah,
Why's that?
It's like super powerful, man. It was like super bikes.
Yeah, I've had I drive a V8.
A V8 car?
Yeah, no, Suburban.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not even.
No?
Apples and oranges, man. It's not even the same ball game.
No?
No.
What do you think would be a good, you want to show me the bikes? You got a moment?
Man, actually.
You mind if I film from my YouTube channel?
No, go ahead, man. Are you wearing a wig?
Huh?
You're wearing a wig.
This is my bro hair, man.
That's
What's your name?
Stefan.
Stefan?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. What kind of channel we got going on?
I'm starting the whole motorcycle riding process, so I want to, you know, I want to be like do it with Dan. I want to be like the next Do It With Dan, you know?
Right on, man.
You know Do It With Dan?
No, I don't.
Isn't he local in this area?
Oh yeah. I think so. Yeah.
I'm trying to be like the next like motorcycle YouTube guy.
Okay.
But I feel like you got to start with like okay. So what do you think a good bike to start with is?
Well, Hayabusa and a Gixxer 1000, those are super bikes. I mean, those are 180 mile an hour plus bikes. I mean, they take a lot of skill.
Okay.
And an entry level rider would never really enjoy it because
Okay.
you'll never be able to see the full potential
Okay.
of a motorcycle. A beginner bike, man.
So you thinking like a Ducati
you want to
beginner
spend
bike?
that kind of money. I mean, they make smaller CC bikes.
Okay,
Probably your best beginner bike if you want something performance-wise. If you want a full fairing like sport bike, like an R6, a CBR 300. The MT line, so the MT10 does have a little cousin, the MTR3. That's a great motorcycle.
So the MT10 would not be a good bike.
No.
The MT03 would be a good bike.
Yeah. It's a 300cc. Now.
What about this guy?
That's a full
FJR 13.
sport touring FJR 1300. So.
Too much.
It's a lot.
Right.
And that's also that's a get out on the open road and go for.
What kind of bike do you ride?
I have a Harley.
What kind of Harley?
Wide glide.
Wide glide. Okay.
Yeah.
What does that look like? What's a wide glide look like?
They don't make them anymore, but it looks.
Okay.
It's going to be more similar like the Softail right here.
So you thinking a bike like this?
Yeah, that'd be a great beginner bike. It's a good price too, man. So if you're getting into it, you want to see if you like it, how it feels. This one's inverted forks.
Even though I'm tall, this would be a good bike for me?
It wouldn't be awful. It wouldn't be awful. Tall wise for you, yeah, that is a thing. You might could, if you had any experience with bikes at all, dirt bikes or anything, I mean, you might could do like a CD 500 or something.
If I was going to do a cruiser thing, what's my bike? This bike?
No.
Is this the entry level bike to get?
That's a big, heavy 1900cc bike.
Okay. Which one would be a good cruiser entry level bike?
Actually, man, the Shadow 750 would be pretty good. Is it a bigger CC? Yeah, but it's a twin cylinder. It's not like crazy power.
Oh, cool, man. I appreciate all your help.
Dude, what's your name?
My name's Sean.
Sean, nice to meet you. Stefan, too.
Well, that actually went a lot better. That went really well. Great salesman. There's still good people out there. He gave me great advice. He would not have let me bought one of those awesome, super fast, amazing bikes. He talked me into good, legit beginner's bikes. Let's go see what the next place does. Hey, you recognize that sign right there? Bam. Alright, so I'm at a new place. Check these things out. I think this is a pretty cool idea. Mahindra makes these little turbo diesel Jeeps. It looks just like a Jeep. I think it's actually based off of old Jeep stuff. And they sell them. I don't know if they're street legal anymore. I think they might be where I'm at. That's so cool though. Look at them, they're awesome. I want to buy one of these and make it street legal. This is cool looking. Don't tell me what to do, Mahindra. See if we can talk someone into letting us buy a Kawasaki ZX14. I'm looking for, sport bikes. Never rode a bike, first time rider. Looking for my first bike. I was thinking like a ZX14 or ZX10 or something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Do you have any riding experience?
None.
I've got a ZX10, you can see.
What do you ride?
I've got a 636.
See, I'm a little taller than you. It makes sense. I get a little bigger bike, right?
I don't know, man. Liter bike's a lot.
Wow.
That's it.
And then what's another good bike? What will be another good bike similar to this?
Typically, man, if you're wanting to go a little bit bigger, instead of starting out on like a 300 or a 400, most of the time we recommend like the Ninja 650 or maybe even the ZX6. And a good way to get a feel, if you don't have your license or anything yet, is you can take the MSF course. It's the motorcycle safety.
I can't test drive this right now.
No, new bike.
I drive a V8 truck.
Yeah?
Does that make any difference?
Not on new bikes.
No, alright. I feel like you're hinting at something.
What's that?
I feel like you're hinting that maybe I shouldn't get this bike.
I mean, to start out on.
First bike, man.
I've
ridden 10 speeds.
Yeah.
Like 10-speed bicycles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll never recommend starting on a 1000.
Okay. Alright, tell me. Let's take away any of my preference and say, what's a good bike for me to start out on 100%? Like, if I was your cousin. If I was your hillbilly cousin. I'm saying that. I don't know. I'm not saying you're a hillbilly. I got overall. What bike should I start on?
So really, I'm going to recommend the Ninja 400 or the Ninja 650.
Show me these bikes.
This is the 400.
If the tire's so small though, I'm so tall.
Well, it's still going to pull you around fine. But like I said, if you do want to go a little bit bigger, then maybe the 650. That is the 650.
Now what if I wanted to go like a cruiser bike?
Cruiser-wise?
What's the bike to get for that?
Personally, I really like the Vulcan S.
Why do you like that Vulcan S so much?
So, one, I like the styling. Two, it's got the same parallel twin 650 engine as the Ninja 650.
Ooh.
So it's light, fairly easy to ride, and still.
You sell a lot of them Vulcan S's?
Oh yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Popular size and style.
Was it popular when it first came out?
Yeah, it was for us at least.
So the 650, that's actually bigger than the 636?
No. So, CC wise, yes. Completely different setup then. Your ZX6 is an inline 4 super sport. So it's geared, built for the track, has a lot more power. The Ninja 650 is just a parallel twin, standard sport. So a little bit more reserved, easier to ride, and a lot more comfortable too. Your sitting position's more upright.
Well, cool, man. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, brother.
We handshaking in this town?
I'm fine with it.
Well, we'll pound anyway, alright. Cool, man.
I'll grab your car if you ever need anything.
That went great. Definitely talked me out of buying those bikes and gave me a couple great recommendations of good motorcycles that I should buy. Let's see what happens at the next place. All right, let's go check out this place. Ooh, look what they got over here. All right, so they were pretty quick. They wanted to ask to make sure I was able to film. The manager came up, he's like, you can't film, and I was like, why? And whatever, I couldn't film. But they set me up with a guy named Tyler, a young guy. Started asking about bikes. I'm like, first bike, won a GSXR 1000. He was like, really? The guy successfully talked me out of it and talked me into if I want a sport bike, maybe a Ninja 400. Guy did a great job. I am very, very impressed. Well, I can't believe that actually worked. So let me tell you guys a little story. About a year ago, a guy came in. He had an FZ09. Guy was in his 40s. It was his first motorcycle ever, and it had less than 100 miles on it. Had a bunch of scratches on both sides because he dropped it a couple of times. We found out that he went to the Yamaha dealership and tried to buy an FZ07 for his first bike, which is closer to a better first bike. Not really. And then the guy talked him into an FZ09, which is a horrible, horrible first bike. It's a very twitchy, very powerful motorcycle. And of course he realized that soon after buying it, after dropping it a couple times. He had the bike for about 2 years and only put up less than 100 miles on it. Which is just, he had no confidence in riding the motorcycle. It was the wrong bike for him to buy. Which ends up being dangerous for the person who's buying the motorcycle. It was a bad move, a bad salesman. We ended up trading in this motorcycle and then putting him in a more appropriate motorcycle. We spent probably 20 minutes explaining to him what an entry-level bike is and what you're looking for. And he became a happy customer. In my years of starting SRK Cycles and selling thousands of motorcycles, we hear this story all the time, and it drives me nuts that there are salesmen that are actually doing this stuff. And to be honest with you, I'm not disappointed that we didn't find people like that. My hope in humanity is restored a little tiny bit. The fact that we found 3 awesome salesmen who were willing to tell me the truth, even though seemingly I knew nothing about motorcycles, and they could have sold me anything. And they talked me out of the more expensive bike into a bike that was a quarter of the price. But I know there are bad salesmen out there. I know there's shady salesmen out there. I know there's people who are looking out there for themselves to the detriment of their future customer. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. You might be selling to a noob, or you might be selling to me in a disguise. You might be selling to someone who I hired in a disguise. You have no clue what's going on out there. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. It'll probably be Thursday, except I got a Zoom call from 10 to 10:30. So it'll be around that Zoom call. Actually, you have no idea when it's going to be, but I'm coming for you. And for the 3 guys that I met today that talked me out of buying $15,000 motorcycles and talked me into buying 3,000 or 4,000 motorcycles, your reward's coming to you. I made a phone call back to the shop. They were working on putting the greatest, the most coveted, but you should not covet, technologically advanced motorcycle gloves lined with Kevlar in the world. They're mailing them to you right now. So I want to say thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Let me shout out to Anthony, Northeast Motorsports, Tyler, Gainesville Motorsports, and Stefan, Cycle World of Athens. You guys have been awesome. Guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys next week. I actually used to have hair like this. This looks like pictures from my college days.